The unrest that shook the nation and left businesses in shambles. A year on, but the scars of that fateful month remain. What once was the gutted shell of shops that were looted and set on fire here in Alex. A year on, after the so-called insurrection and looting, it seems as though life and business has returned back to normal, to a place that was once considered ground zero in Alex during the time of the unrest. For this businessman in Alex Township, whose shop was gutted and burnt down by looters, says trying to get back on his feet has been hard. He's received less money than he needed to rebuild his store.
The government made promises they never kept. You got to go through procedures, VAT number, tax number, so forth. We're a small business. I put in a claim for 350,000. They only gave me 150. I'm still outstanding 2 suppliers.
For other small businesses in the area, the red tape to accessing the relief funds has also been a nightmare.
I apply for everybody, find it 150,000. Me only get it 50,000.
Why?
I don't know what must I do. I don't know.
Informal traders were also affected.
Business is not going nicely.
Yeah?
No business. After looting, Dudula, you must take the foreigner out. You say go out. You are not selling here because you are not to South Africa.
It's taken many malls at least 3 to 6 months to restore their buildings and repair what had been broken and vandalized from the looting.
The instigators,
Yes.
they are using the vulnerability of the social conditions of people of South Africa. People are not working. People who loot, they don't know the objective of the instigators.
Trucking companies that were hardest hit, whose trucks were burnt or looted, or were unable to access routes to and from the ports, say while the recovery process has been slow, work must be done to improve the logistics chains that ended up leading to the blockages of vital routes.
The impact of protests and the stoppages along the N3 as well as the N1 and a number of other major routes in South Africa has had a huge impact on the road freight logistics industry. But it's had a huge impact on the finances, on the whole country in terms of getting goods through South Africa, out of South Africa.
The Gauteng Economic Development Department says they've received a number of requests from businesses and that they're being vetted to verify whether they qualify for the assistance.
We have set up the Gauteng Partnership Fund, which now looks much more broadly than the Rebuilding Fund, but is looking at assisting SMMEs across the board. And that fund is currently sitting at 500 million. We are hoping that by the end of the year, the fund would have reached a R1 billion mark. And we have already entered into partnerships with intermediaries to then start the process of effectively distributing these funds.
Malls like Maponya Mall were protected by the community members living around it, which spurred on the already growing movement called Operation Dudula in large parts of Soweto.
I think it's a high discipline, high moral. I don't want you in this particular meeting. The tenant to address you are legally because you are legally binded to be here.
But the anger over unemployment and hunger still remains.
Most of people, we lost our jobs after looting, and then while we were struggling, at the same time it was COVID, so it was just very terrible.
No, life is for now is difficult, not easy.
Nationally, a total of 1.5 billion rand was approved to assist affected businesses. But picking up the pieces for those affected remains a long, hard road. Nozintombi Mia, SABC News.